Apple unveiling some of its latest products in Brooklyn, New York today. Deidre Bolton is there, and she's got the very latest for us. Deidre.
That is right, David. So 3 upgrades, really. You already know the products, but Apple adding a lot more bells and whistles. So iPad Pro, this one got the most applause, if you like, from when we were in the room. Also a MacBook Air and then a Mac Mini. So a lot of analysts were saying that while these products had some new features, that some of them really needed to be upgraded. I'm just going to go down the list for you, David, because the iPad Pro, from the outside and the inside, the latest edition had been 2017. So that's not too dramatic. But the MacBook Air, the last time you really had a complete product inside and out was 2010. So some of the snarkier in the analyst community were saying, it's about time, Apple. And then as far as the Mac Mini, the last one done in 2014. So again, really room for upgrade there. So the purpose of this event today seems to be to remind consumers, remind analysts, remind investors that Apple is capable of making more than just iPhones and Apple Watches. Of course, we had those new products released about a month ago. But as we head into the holiday season, here are some more products that people can spend their dollars on, and of course worth remembering as well that Apple's now really competing hard in this tablet area, right? Microsoft has the Surface, also Google has Slate, so Apple iPad's still tracking above its competitors, but just worth noting that it's getting to be a little bit more of a crowded field, David.
Okay, Deidre, stay with us. I also want to bring back tech expert Lance Ulanoff. Lance, any of these products strike you as real game changers that might really improve the profit of Apple?
Well, I think the new iPad Pro is very impressive. I think it's going to excite a lot of the creative types. That should sell well. But it's really going to be the MacBook Air that's going to probably spark the biggest revenue jump, because people love that product, and they have just been sitting around waiting. The MacBook, which is a smaller product, less powerful, has not been enough for people, even though it's super portable. This is the product that they've been waiting for. So I think the fact that they finally fully upgraded it, redesigned it to a certain extent while keeping that essence, is going to make it potentially a very big hit during the holiday season, but especially during back to school.
And raising prices, too. From what I see, the new MacBook Air is more expensive by 20%. The iPad Pro also more expensive by 25%. So I guess they're kind of taking the playbook from introducing these higher price handsets, that if you raise the prices, you may sell less models, but then you bump up revenue as well, which looks pretty good on the top line.
And I have to say that every time I get a bill now on my American Express, I have like 8 different charges from Apple. $9.99, $9.99. I don't even know where the heck it's coming from.
It's all your cloud costs.
So without a doubt, the services side and whatever else is going to be working well for them going forward. For me, the big story, a company with $1 trillion market cap, just about, they're going to grow their earnings for the last quarter in the 30s and revenues in the 20s. This is a miracle as far as the corporations. I cannot believe it's still going on. I remember 2003, when it came out with the iPod, I thought it was just going to be a Walkman, so I've been wrong all the way. I just think you continue to stay with it. It's been a port in the storm in the market for growth right now.
I think the most important thing to take away from this event is Apple's trying to reinforce their core competency of computers and hardware. You've seen them actually fall to the wayside when it comes to the Amazon Echo, right? Everybody's using Alexa and not Siri. So I think this is Apple actually trying to signal to the market, hey, come back to us on the computing side. They haven't done well when it's come to the virtual assistant side. So I don't know how you can look at Apple and talk about a lot of innovation. I think they're really focused on the financials, because we haven't seen any innovation when it's come to the TV. We haven't seen them do any moves in a car. We've heard rumors about cars. So I think this is them just going back to their core competencies.
I would disagree about the innovation. I've watched Apple for a very long time. They innovate both in small ways and in big ways. There was a lot of innovation in these new products. I mean, if nothing else, if you look at the inside of some of these products, like the A12 Bionic chip, which has got to be the most powerful mobile chip on the market that no one seems to be able to beat. Also, keep in mind.
Yeah, but you're talking about chips. Look at the watch, right? That watch is second second behind Garmin and some of the others. So they're following the lead when it comes to Samsung. Samsung innovates. It's a commoditized market on the phone part, and they're just following the leaders.
I'm pretty certain that Apple has actually the best-selling watch on the market. I don't think that they're actually falling behind anyone. I think they're definitely ahead of Garmin, but there are obviously a lot of good options out there. What I see is Apple not only innovating, but doing something that no one else can do, which is raising prices and still getting people to buy their products. Everybody spent a year saying, oh, the Apple iPhone 10, it's a disaster. They're going to kill it. They're going to cut it. And you know what happened? It was the best-selling iPhone quarter after quarter. So I always tell people, never bet against Apple, and anyone who tells you that they're not innovating
let me ask you
is
this,
wrong.
Lance, why hold a product launch 2 days before earnings? Is that to build momentum? Is that to, I don't know, maybe build up some visibility for their numbers? Is it going to be as good? You know, there are some doubts out there that they're going to hit their targets, given the track record that we've seen from Alphabet, Amazon, and now Facebook today, where you miss on the top line.
One, Apple will hit its targets. I think that's going to be interesting to see, because when you get the first hint of how they've done with iPhone XS and XS Max sales, the XR doesn't factor in because it came in late. When they set a date for an event, there are so many different factors at play, and part of it has to do when they feel everything is ready. Usually Apple will hold an event like this a little bit earlier in the month, usually about 15 days earlier, so I was a little surprised it was this late in the year. But sometimes development, things slow down. For example, what happened to the Apple AirPower? Remember that thing that's supposed to let you charge all your stuff at once? No one knows what's happening with it because they've run into some sort of issue with the technology.
Yeah, because they're innovating so well, right, Lance?
But look, I think the biggest thing right
and
here
what they're doing is not releasing something that's not ready, and that's how Apple works. When it's ready, it will go. And so I think that's really what the timing was about.
I think it's fair to say, as Kevin brought up, they're not innovating as creating entire new product segments. They're taking products that they currently have and making them slightly better at somewhat or another. I think the biggest thing, though, for Apple, they take some flack off of the innovation problem, is the recurring revenue, as Gary Kay brought up. You have 1.3 billion active users around Apple around the world, just like Facebook at 2.6 billion. This is the largest two audiences and customers base in the history of this world. You don't have to innovate a ton of extra products to get these people that already have Apple products buying more things. I think it's just a matter of time before Apple buys the NFL rights or the EPL rights. You already had Facebook try to buy the IPL rights, the Indian Cricket League, which Rupert Murdoch outbidded on. I think it's just a matter of time before they move into that and monetize the customers they have.
And with $1 trillion market cap, they can do that. Gang, thank you very much.